Good day guys, welcome back to my channel and I am Joy and hope you are all doing well. For today's video, I'm gonna share on the things that you should know before coming to Canada, or in other words, do not come to Canada if you don't know these things. First on my list is if you are not a risk taker. If you are not a risk taker, better consider if you can really come here to Canada or not. If you are not a risk taker and just on the safe side zone, Canada is not the right place for you. Why? Because as a risk taker, you also must need to be aggressive. If you're not that aggressive, how can you survive here in Canada? So the risk that I'm taking here is, since I have like 2 years to study and 3 years work permit, so in that span of years I must become a PR in order for me to stay here in Canada. For me, I have to be strong all the time in order for me here to survive, because I really want to have a better future for me and my son and to my family. I sacrificed a lot, especially leaving my son, because I cannot make him come with me while as an international student, then working at the same time, then taking care of my son. So it's a risk of leaving my son and coming here. Next is if you're thinking of getting rich here easily. If you're only thinking of coming here to Canada to get rich, well, it's hard for you to get rich here in Canada easily. Unlike if you have a very good education here and you can climb up the ladder in your work, then you can get rich here. Others are thinking that if you come here to Canada, you're already rich. Say if I'm just posting that I'm going to the beautiful sceneries here in Canada, they're already thinking that, oh, maybe she's got the money already. And well, you are wrong. It's just like here in Canada, there are lots of places to visit. So for me, even if I'm posting a lot of pictures, it doesn't mean that I'm already rich. I can just go right away to these places because they're just like an hour or 2 away from Calgary. And it doesn't mean that if I can afford these clothes like this dress and this coat that I'm already rich and I can afford these bags, because here in Canada they're really affordable because of our the minimum salary here is $15 per hour, and say for this coat I can have this for maybe $50 to $100 or even $200 if I want to treat myself. So that's the only time that I'm buying these things. But it doesn't mean that I'm already rich. I just can't afford to buy it. The third one is if you're not willing to start from scratch. Say for me, I'm a civil engineer in the Philippines, and when I came here as an international student, I started to work as a cashier, and I don't mind that because I need the money to pay for my tuition, to pay for my bills. So if you have that thinking that if you're willing to start from scratch, then Canada is the right place. Because coming here to Canada requires a lot of effort, time, and especially money. Say for me, I gave up my profession. I gave up a permanent job in the Department of Education, but I chose it because it's my dream to come here to Canada. And the fourth on my list is if you cannot tolerate the cold weather. Here in Calgary, during the winter season, it's usually -10 degrees to -20. But the coldest temperature that I experience here is -40. So if you think you cannot tolerate that cold weather, you should think twice or thrice before coming here. You can also go to many places here which is not that cold, say in the lower part of BC or the lower part of Alberta, say in Victoria, BC. All I can hear there is just they have like a small amount of snow every time and lots of rain, also in Vancouver. So maybe you can think of getting there instead rather than going to the upper part of Canada. If you have the proper clothing from head to toe, then you're good to go. Say, I mentioned earlier like the -40. It just happened like 1 week. So if you're gonna go out in that cold weather, maybe just have 3 layers of clothing, then 1 winter coat which can tolerate even up to -30. Then you must have your headgear, the scarf, the like nice boots. Then I think you can survive it. Alright, so this is the proper winter clothing that I mentioned earlier. So starting from your toque, scarf, winter coat, then you have your jacket inside, then I have a jumpsuit, then boots. Oh, and don't forget the gloves. And by the way, right now it's -12 degrees Celsius, and it's perfectly fine because of what I'm wearing right now. That's why here we love snow. Right, honey?
Yeah. Like that?
Yeah. Don't come to Canada if you're too lazy to shovel. So here in Calgary, it's been snowing for days. That's why this picnic table, like you can see, the snow is really thick. But it's still fine. I love it. See? Next is if you don't have enough money to support yourself even just for a year. Canada has some programs that only requires low proof of funds, like the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. However, it's better for you to come here financially prepared, for you must think of the worst scenarios, especially if you will come here by yourself and no relatives at all. And the last on my list is if you get homesick easily. As for being homesick, I know most of us can really relate to this one. However, you have to be strong in order for you to fulfill your dreams. So just think that you're doing these sacrifices in order for you to have a better future and to your family. So if I miss my son, I'm just calling him in Yahoo Messenger, and I'm just doing some virtual hugs and kisses in order for that to ease the burden that I'm feeling, like the homesickness. And that's everything for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you, and see you guys next time. So he just finished shoveling and I'm just doing the recording.